Hi, it's Hannah again, and I'm here to answer your questions. There's a train. I'm not going to answer the train. I'm going to answer you. Actually, today I'm going to answer Becky's question. And she wrote in about not being happy. She said she's in debt, she's questioning her church, she's having her attitudes affecting her marriage. And she said basically she's not happy. And she wants to know, she knows that I've been through stuff in my life and wanted me to help her figure out how she could be happy. Because she knows it's affecting her across the board, how she is as a mom, as a wife, losing her temper, everything. So, Becky, I want to talk with you and all of you other moms who are having a problem with maybe anger, depression, just basic unhappiness. And I want to talk with you about unhappiness and moods and thoughts and all that kind of stuff. And you notice I'm here and it's snowy and it's so pretty. And a lot of times that's how moms walk around. We're all pretty and snowy and life is good. And it's a mask because, you see, I know I've got weeds and junk and leaf piles and everything underneath all the snow. And so it does no good to have this exterior where, oh, life is okay, but inside you're festering and there's weeds that are just sapping all of that energy out of you. So I want to talk with you for a few minutes about what to do about that. And first of all, understand that your mood is a product of your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you're thinking, that's going to turn around and affect your mood. Okay? You're not just some person who is, every thought that comes in there, you have to just subscribe to it and believe it. Okay? Whether you realize it or not, you have power over your mood because you have power over the thoughts that you're thinking. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, I believe it is, we have to take every thought captive into the obedience of Christ. Now what that means is we have power. Okay, through God we have power to take our thoughts captive. And when something comes in your head, don't just allow it to stay there, okay? You've got to take that thought captive into the obedience of Christ. And don't believe the lies that are coming into your head, but believe the truth that God has for you. Let me show you an example. Okay. So this is your brain, okay? This is your mind. And all of a sudden, these little thoughts come in, like, I'm never going to get out of debt. Or, my marriage is never going to improve. Or, my kids never help me out around the house. All of those thoughts, they come in your head, okay? And all of a sudden, you're like depressed and down because you are allowing them to come in there. You're allowing them to come into your head and you're believing the lies that this represents. Okay, you have power over that. But here's the problem. Okay, when you have a thought like that, all of a sudden a thought comes in your head, I'm never going to get out of debt. Okay, you've got to realize, no, this is a lie, this is not true, and just counteract it. Okay, go against it. No, the Word of God says that I'm going to lend and not borrow, and He's gonna allow me to have meet all my needs. You have to go against it with the knowledge you have in God. Now, what happens as soon as that thought goes away? Another thought comes in, right? All the time. It's like another thought comes in. You have to take hold of it, get rid of it, and then another bad thought comes in. I know how this goes, and that cycle is what makes us depressed. It doesn't have to be that hard. Another visual aid. Okay, so this is your head, okay? It's here, it's empty, it's waiting on those negative thoughts to come into it. So this is what you got to do. You got to fill it up with the knowledge you have in God. What you know is true in God, okay? Thoughts like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. My children are a blessing from God. I am a conqueror through Christ. I am the top and not the bottom. I am the head and not the tail. And look at that. You fill it up with those positive thoughts, and your mind is so full of the knowledge of God, there is no room for those negative lies to come in there and destroy your mood. And that's what you got to do. Anyone out there who is suffering with that, you've got to dig in the Word of God. You got to grow in your relationship with Christ. And you got to let that truth, that God will never put anything in front of you that He will not give you the grace to sustain and to overcome. Let that truth fill your mind, and then you're not going to have room for those negative thoughts that eat you away. It's a moment-by-moment process. The more you do it, the better you get. Now, if you have a question, please let me know. You can send it to Ask Hannah. It's probably down at the bottom. I'm going to pour water on it. Did I get it? I love editing. It's so cool. So send it to askhannah@hannahkeeley.com, and I will answer your questions. Wait, that looks like a C. That looks like a Q. There! He mends everything. Woohoo!